Is expat a dirty word?
We've both lived in Germany for over a decade and are clearly immigrants and proud of it.
But our first week or even our first year in Germany, were we then expats?
Depending on who you ask, it's a yes or it's a no. And some people say if you use the word at all, you're racist.
So why is this word so divisive?
We're two Americans, and about 5 years ago, we started a podcast that was gonna help people moving abroad to Germany, people thinking about moving to Germany. And the word expat was not one that we had had a lot of experience with. It was just kind of something that we had heard means somebody who moves abroad temporarily to a different country. So we gave our podcast the subtitle, An Expat Podcast, because we thought it was appropriate at the time.
Thank you. And after having a podcast for a few months, we started getting a lot of messages from, I'm assuming, a vocal minority calling us racist, and that really caught us off guard.
Yeah, we didn't know where exactly it was coming from, but then we realized it was the use of that word, the use of the word expat in the name of our show. And that made us think, okay, it's time for us to do some research and figure out exactly why we're upsetting this small group of people.
Because we don't want to offend anybody.
No. So what's the official dictionary definition of these words? Expat is somebody who moves abroad to a foreign country temporarily. And then you have immigrant, who is somebody who moves permanently to a foreign country. And then we've also heard the definition that a person can be both. Say a person moves from country A to country B. When he's entering country B, he is an immigrant in the perspective of those people, while at the same time, he is an expat in the eyes of country A. All these definitions don't include any of the context or history or anything like that.
Now, do we believe this term is inherently racist? No. I think it depends on, who's saying it and what context they're saying it and kind of how they're saying it, of course. I think a lot of the controversy does come from a lot of the privileged people from the West using the word expat and kind of maybe looking down on the word immigrant. I'm from the West, so I'm an expat, I'm not an immigrant. Many people say that this word is really used for, Americans, people from Canada, people from the UK, and not people from, Africa, Southeast Asia, other continents in the world. They're always immigrants, and the people from these other countries, Western countries, are expats.
Another reason this word is so controversial is its kind of negative history. It was developed in the colonial era to specifically refer to Europeans moving abroad for kind of basically any period of time, but mostly short tours. The word evolved to encompass anybody of any nationality, basically moving abroad for kind of any length of time. But because of this kind of association with colonialism back in the day, some people view this word as a word of privilege.
Throughout our years, having this channel and having a podcast, we had a lot of people talk to us, people from India, people from Pakistan, people from Turkey calling themselves expats.
It's not just a term for people from the West.
From the West,
because we've had people from the East also use that term. Both my grandparents are from El Salvador. They moved from El Salvador to the United States.
Right.
And I'm super proud of the life that they've built with my mom. And of course, she gave birth to me. I know I personally have no problem using the word immigrant.
No, I'm very proud to use the word immigrant. When we first moved here, we didn't expect to stay here, forever. But now that has been the plan. We've been here for a long ass time.
Right, 14 years.
I've been here for 12.
We're here for the long haul.
We are, for better or for worse.
So we personally feel like the problem with this word is when people use it incorrectly. They use it instead of the word immigrant, because sometimes there are a place for this word expat. Because say you're a college student and you're moving abroad for a semester in Berlin. So you're gonna stay in Berlin 6 months and then go back to home to Rhode Island. Are you an immigrant?
You're not paying the taxes, you're not learning the language, you don't really care about integrating to the culture. Are you really an immigrant? Come on. There's gotta be something else we can use here. Maybe we do need a kind of a new word, but I also think it is important for us to be mindful about the words that we do use and the context that we do use them in.
Man, I totally agree, because words and how you use them do matter, despite what some people think. Immigrants are important to every country.
I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. It's a very hotly debated topic. So whether you agree with us, disagree with us, whether we're idiots, let us know down in the comments. Really appreciate to hear from you, because there's a lot of debate on this.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. All those things really do help us a lot.
They really do. And no matter where you're from, what nationality you're from, ethnicity, where you live, where you want to live, all of you, please stay safe, stay healthy. But of course, most importantly,
stay thirsty.